That's better. Should probably move that. What's up, anyone and everyone? So we get to have fun with this traxxis tonight. I have absolutely no idea how to take this car apart or how it goes together or how it's built. I'm just gonna guess and pray. Maybe I'll flip it over and figure out something. I don't know. This is another one of John's trucks. He wants me to put these lovely new GPM differentials in them. But I have to say, they don't really feel like they have a good enough fluid. I mean, maybe for this truck, it's not that big. It's not that heavy either. It's not like one of my rigs. So, anyway, here we are. Yay. Oh, yeah, that's what I forgot to do. Damn music. Let's let's see if you guys can hear that shit. Oh, whoops. I should have just clicked on that. Yeah, no. We're good. Don't want to get that copyright problem. You know how that goes. If you like enjoying some music when you're working on cars, all of a sudden they gotta stop you from doing it altogether. Communist. And yes, I'm talking about the Federal Communications Commission, a governing body of wavelengths in America. Or copyright, whatever the hell, if there's some other governing body, who cares? They're all the same thing. Democrats, Democrats, Republicans, whatever the hell, who cares? They're all just making money. Allegedly. So anyway, yeah, so I don't know a damn thing about this thing. I've never taken one of these apart. Apparently it's just a slash. I mean, the basic layout makes some sense, but the chassis does not at all. It's one reason I like the Armas, because they have a very, like, tried and true design that's been around since the age of the RC10. It's kind of the same thing. It's stuff bolted to a plate, and it works. I don't know why you have to modify it. Make some crazy plastic space frame thing. I mean, Formula One got out of that in the 70s. Why didn't they? Just saying. Anyway, all right. So I don't know. It's oh well, that's nice. Something's already fallen off. Is that a standard traxxis thing? That stuff just breaks off. Oh, where's the differential? How quaint is that? Well, it's not hard to find. Seriously? Are you guys seeing this? Like, there's the diff. Like, this thing was already loose. I don't know if that's something that John took apart before he brought me the truck, but that's kind of scary. Looks like we got a lot of 3L stuff in here. Skid plate at least. Maybe 2.5. Who knows? Yeah, it's 2.5. All right, so plastic, right? That's it. Apparently so. Right. Oh, so the whole front end falls apart just like that. Okay. Oh, and there's more bolts from the top that have to come out to make that plausible. That's kind of stupid. Now, I'm not here to bash traxxis. I'm seriously looking at this from an engineering point of view and a ease of assembly and disassembly point of view. Most people can figure out Arma because it's a simple, tried and true design that's very effective. But this is just kind of out there. Like, why would they do that? Everything's connected together. You can't take anything apart without taking something else out. Why? Is there a wrench that fits that? So it's a 1.5. Apparently, we're lucky. 25, 20, 25, 20. Oh, that's not 20. That's a screwdriver now. What is this? All right. Yeah. So nothing fits that, but this needs to be out of the way. Due to the fact that this is pivoting on the nose right here, I got a feeling if we take this screw out, take that whole damn bumper. Is that a 3-0? Really? Wow, is it getting that bad? Jesus. Ah, I was correct. Okay, so now we should have access to the front. Kind of. It's in view. Okay, seriously, you're going to make me take more screws out? No, you can just pop this whole thing off. All right. Off. Wow, these pins need to be polished or straightened. Straightened from what I'm seeing right now. Yeah, that's got a bend in it. That's got a real good bend in it. Really? All right, shitbag. Play your game. Ooh, that's a bad one. Okay, so that's bent. But we got access to the differential. Woohoo! So, plastic axles. All right, I might have to talk to John before I finish this job. I don't know, maybe. Who knows? In the meantime, let's keep on tracking, right? Come on, get more. Wow, I really need to get my eyes checked. Getting bad, bro. At least up close. It's along with the rest of my life right now, pretty much. Okay, right, way too small. So, what in the hell size is it? It's that guy, isn't it? No, it's bigger than that. It's not a 3 mil. Or 2.5. There's no way. Yeah, right. Not a set screw. So, those are 2.5. So you need 2, obviously. No, not that one. Oh, and it's loose. Awesome. Just the way I like my set screws. Loose and coming out of the car. One, that's it. Just pops off, and that's all there is to it. Well, that is kind of funny. All right. Well, oh, is that broken? That's broken. That's supposed to be part of that thing. Or the other thing. This thing? Well, something. Yeah, there's broken bits there. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be finishing this project because more parts are needed. Yay! I got part. Oh my god. That's one big ass grasshopper. Welcome to Florida. There you go. Shit. Oh, no. Yeah, you got away from me. I was going to show them to you, but anyway. All right. So, we got the diff out and we discovered 3 more problems. Got this broken plate down at the bottom that's not attached to anything anymore that I believe was the backside of the gear case, which is probably why it got dirt in it and screwed it up in the first place. When you, whatever you call it, lower bulkhead mount, whatever's left on here. Got a bent hinge pin that doesn't even want to come out. I mean, pulled out with some pliers, but I haven't done them yet. I don't. I guess I'll just keep going and just hope and pray that when I have to put it back together, I can figure this shit out. Like I said, this is my first time working on one of these. But yeah. Not bent in the slightest. Especially not bent at both ends. That's got to go. Hell, if it's the same size, I could probably have an armor pin I can put in there, trim down for you. I actually have flat bar stock I can put in there. That doesn't fix the broken gear case. That's got to be changed for sure. All right, so let's dig more into this thing. Okay, that's not. Oh God. There's bolts in the top and bottom of this. So the other two bolts go in from the top of the car. Well, that's smart engineering. Who are you people? Mercedes? Jesus. Must have 7 things have to come off before anything important. Believe it or not, I speak more German than anything else. I love the Germans, but I mean, come on, quit overcomplicating your cars. That was weird. Went from 6 to 0 in a heartbeat. Was everybody all German? Listen, I was there in 96, and I was still getting prosecuted by anybody over 35, so I don't want to hear it. Nobody over 35 would talk to me unless I spoke their language, which I learned as much of as I could in a year and a half. Right, so all the screws are out of that, but it still don't want to come off because it's attached to a bunch of other stuff, just like a Mercedes. Should probably take heed to the fact that my phone's going off. What the hell was that? Audio line got out. Oh, that just fell off too. Just come out. No screw in there. I gotta admit, this is like modular by a third grader. Like, the intentions were right, but the execution was not happening. I mean, come on. I came up with better engineering ideas than this when I was 7. Jeez. My boy Mike, what up? I'll check. Yeah, I heard my phone going off. I'll check him out in a minute. Dude, this is ridiculous. This is just, wow. Like honestly, it's like the Audi of RC cars. It's like, and not in the performance way, in the difficult to work on way. Like, you got to pull off 7 components to get to one thing. That's a normal item you need to get to for maintenance. And it's like this modular hiccup where it was designed to be like super easy to work on, but then they asked a third grader to redo it, and he just went like this with a crayon, and that's how they put it together with the same concept. What in the hell? I mean, I'm baffled, honestly. I mean, I don't know what generation or what year this thing is, but you know, like when Traxxis was big in the 90s or 2000s when I was racing, they were, you know, considered kind of like the toy version of RC cars, you know, not performance oriented whatsoever, like they are now in some senses. But like, I'm glad I never bought one. It would have blown my mind. This is just poor execution of a well engineered design, is what it is. I mean, somebody brainchild this thing and had it all set up right, and they said, "Oh no, it can't work like that. We got to move this and move that." You know, kind of like most car engineers get stuck with emissions crap, and you got to put the extra sensor for the airbag in the corner of the right nut of the seat. Yeah, trust me. There's a reason cars are complicated to work on these days because they're forced to put a lot of crap in there that doesn't belong there, like ABS. Sorry, if you don't know how to cadence brake, you shouldn't be driving. And that's just personal opinion. Hell, it takes 4 years to get your license in the Netherlands because they make them drive on a skid pad, lose control, and bring it back. Like everybody on the road should know how to do. If you're from anywhere up north, I'm not talking to you. You guys drive on snow, you get it. And ice and sleet and black ice and all the other fun dangers. We drive with old people here in Florida. That's fun as well. I have this vision problem where every time I drive down the road, all the cars turn into these orange pointy things with like a flat base. You know, you might have seen them at construction sites. And I just got to go because they're all doing 41. The speed limit's 45. 41 is the name of the road. Ah, yes. Well, it didn't fall apart yet. I must be missing some. Oh, I know. There's probably some under the control arms. Great place to put screws. What? My God, man. All right. Phone's making too much noise. I need to check it. God. Oh, yay. I guess Tixar's doing well. I just cleared 50 freaking parts off of that earlier, and there's 18 more already. I know, almost makes me want to look at Instagram. I should ask some people what their experience is with Insta. Anybody got any opinion on that? You've seen a battery meter on an ADAS battery pack? A battery meter on a pack? For RC. I have, but not one installed in the battery. Like they used to, back before everything had BEC, we used to have connectors that would jump in line with the battery and then have a resistor or whatever to go down to the right voltage and plug into the speed control or receiver at that time. We were running 2 servos. And you could get one that had a voltmeter on it and it would tell you your pack voltage. But that was nickel metal hydride and NiCad days, way, way back. Damn you. Bye. Go get my phone. Oh, shit. All right. What do we got here? Yeah. Not for an RC, but that reminds me very clearly of cordless drill or cordless driver technology. Milwaukee, every battery's got one on it. I don't know, man. To me, that's just kind of like Nick with those features that I don't agree with on having the Arma Spectrum batteries and Spectrum ESC and Spectrum Remote, so you can monitor your voltages and stuff like that. It just seems like overkill, man. It's just like, we never had that stuff. We don't need that stuff. More screws under a plate that was screwed down by screws. Seriously. Just like any Chrysler engineer, if I ever find one in an open setting, especially if he works for FCA, Fiat Chrysler Group, which if you didn't know, yeah, they're owned by the Italians now. I'm going to kill him. And if I find a traxxis engineer in the public, I'm going to kill him. Because there can only be one village idiot. And apparently, he thinks it's a Highlander thing. Did I get that one in there? Yeah, I did. Really? Okay. What this tells me right here is I want to say C5, but might be C6 Corvette torque tubes. Trying to put the transmission in the back so they could evenly weight the car, but then they put it on leaf springs. Yeah, like, really? Let's put the spine of the drive shaft in the most hittable part of the car if you're doing anything other than driving around in circles in a parking lot, which is what traxxis was for back in my day. Oh, God, really? What in the hell, man? And this, yep, just slides right out, huh? All right, I'll get that in a little bit. I think I have a new one of those as well. Maybe I'll get that in the car at least. But, well, the back end doesn't have the problems the front does. Oh, wait a second. These pins are bent. Hold on a minute. That's not bad. Could use polishing. Also not bad. All right, so at least I can put the front and the back of the car together, or the middle and the back, whatever. Same thing, really, from this point of view. What is all this gunk in here? Ew. How is all this dirt being in the drivetrain? It's like nasty with dirt. Like, seriously. Oh, this is a max slash? Where's the max part? Difficulty to work on? The fronts, yes. The rears, no. However, I do believe I have a fix for that. And these are obviously not the metal drive shafts you were asking about. Wrong hole. Or as they say in the U.S. Navy, there is no wrong hole. Not my joke, George Carlin. Don't get mad at me about it. Just quoting the master. Yeah, fuck that parent. Dude, this is... Ugh. Let's see one thing first. I have pins for this thing. No, that's not drive pin. No, that's a reuse pin, drive pin. Yeah, that's drive pins for axles. Well, 2 out of 3. If I even have anything straight, they are the same size. I don't know, the same length. But, yeah, that's definitely not going to happen. That's messed up too. So, like the Get Me Home drive pins, these aren't the good ones. Well, that might be new. How would that be? Oh, no, they're not. Oof. Ooh. Yeah. That's straight. All right. That thing. All right. I'll use that one and try to straighten out the least worst. Unless I've got any hiding in my parts that haven't gone back in the bin yet. Because I've been busy being disabled. Not feeling sorry for myself, just being disabled. Okay, so This should work. What in God's name is going on here? Oh. Man, I haven't touched a Corrali in. I've never owned one actually. I've never even seen one since like I want to say 1990 when they were like killing the 12 scale market in on-road pan car. Yeah, man, a long time ago. Like it's funny being out of our hobby sports for the race guys, for like 13 or 14 years and coming back into it with all the changes and not just the changes in like technology, but um, the changes in manufacturers like MOs, like what, who's making what, who's competing with who. You know, it's mind blowing. It really is. We've got some tires in the wrong spot on here. They're not all going the same direction. That's just kind of stuff I observe when I'm looking at shit. Anyway, so yeah. All right. Well, let me get some Q-tips and get this thing cleaned up a little bit and get some of that gunk out of there before you go installing a new differential and whatnot. Oh. Don't ask where I got these because I don't want to know. My ex-wife bought them for some reason. I don't know, Dollar Tree or whatever. But they do work with stuff like this. And I am out of brake cleaner, so. Get that big clump. There you go. This is just a bad design. I mean, really. I mean, I'm sure if you took this to like some Audi engineers, they'd be like, "Oh, good start. Let me show you how to perfect it." In a terrible German accent. Right. So, what do I got here? Yeah, yep, that one. Okay. I forgot who it was, but there's a famous comedian that said, was saying something about Germans. Oh, actually, it was Christopher Titus. And he had this really funny bit. He was really just for, saying that his ex-girlfriend was a psycho, not actually calling out the Germans or anything like that. But he did it in a German accent, which is kind of funny because, well, there was that whole thing. And I came up with this thing, like, kind of similar to it with, like, on some days I can do a German accent. And it was like, dude gets called into the office at, like, the Volkswagen design plant or whatever. And he gets, "I understood you left 2.5 centimeters of room in the engine bay. This would not be tolerated." Because if you work on cars for a living, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Unless you're a Volkswagen tech, then you don't know because you've been trained on them, and you have all the special tools, which there are 9 billion of. Same stuff, right? Just had to take a break to be a 5-year-old. Well, life's boring. Have some fun. Jesus Christ. All right. Right. So can't put back on the center brace because this front doodad is busted in half and needs to be replaced. So can't really put the arms on anyway. So what's the point of putting the diff in it or putting the control arms on? Because there's stuff bolted on underneath the control arms because that's intelligent. So I guess we'll just put the rear end back together and I don't know, sit here and sing Kumbaya and tell war stories. As far as I've been told, my boy Mike, Canadian RC96, says it's a Max Slash. This is the first time I've ever worked on one of these, and I've been taking it apart and comparing it to Volkswagens for about an hour or so now. Dude, it's a concept that was okay that went terribly awry. You know, it's like this dude invented the perfect car, perfect handling, perfect weight distribution, perfect braking, perfect engine, and then he went to go forward to produce it, and they added in all this crap like ABS and airbags and lidar and radar and sonar and automatic braking, automatic driving, and lane change assistance and all this other crap. And he went, I can't put it anywhere. There's no room left. Well, you have to. And then we had to work on it. Gotta take a call real quick, guys. My boy. What up, Jay? Yo. Yo. I didn't get the fucking voicemail. I actually got you. Hey, my bad, dude. I've been fucking working like a fucking dog. Hey, you're live on YouTube right now. Take it easy. Well, you can swear, just don't do it 10 times in 10 seconds. I'm trying to keep my clean image of drinking and smoking and being a hazard to everybody around me. That was tight, right? That was tight, wasn't it? That was gorgeous. Thank you. Thank you. I'm bad, dude. I'm really bad. You haven't heard yet. I've been on disability for a month. Not getting paid. I've been out of work for a month. Had a CAT scan at the hospital. What they told me is I have 4 ruptured discs in my lumbar and 1 herniated disc in my lumbar. And my sacroiliac joint, the one that I was always nursing with the other leg, that wasn't the bad foot leg. Yeah. That collapsed. So it's been grinding together and shooting off bone spurs into the direction of all the muscles that contract around the sciatic nerve. And now I have chronic sciatica as well. I can't walk more than 10 steps without my leg going numb, catching fire, or just saying, I don't care. I get an MRI tomorrow. I'm really sorry for cussing like that, but like, bro. Yeah, no, it's all good, dude. I say all kinds of stuff on my channel. It's all right. Just when necessary. No. I have long-term and short-term disability, but the nail in the coffin to get that sent off is happening tomorrow. I'm having an MRI tomorrow because the doctor wants wants to see the fleshy tissues, not the bone stuff. He wants to see what's going on with the nerves and everything else. So once he fills out a form tomorrow after my MRI, I can send that. Actually, I'm going to photo text it or email it to my insurance people. I'm already signed up for short-term and long-term disability. They're just waiting for the physician's notes, which will happen tomorrow. And then I'll actually have $1 to my name again. Maybe. After I'm done paying everybody back. Yeah, dude. I've been laid up for a month, dude. Oh, my God. I've been out of work. I have not worked in a shop in a month. But you can't fucking walk. Not very far. Sorry, guys. This won't be too far. Just hang in there, please. Yeah, I gotta call my daughter anyways. I will call you back in like an hour. Sounds great, bro. I'll talk to you then. All right, Bubba. Later, bro. Later. All right. That was my boy, Jamar. If you've gone through the YouTube channel, there's a couple of videos called Video Competition, I believe, or Video Comp 1 and 2. He shoots professional videos for skateboarders for magazines, like, you know, awesome stuff. And I'd been shooting RC cars for, well, most of my life, but not with the technology we have now. Obviously, I used to do it in 400 film with a high-speed shutter. Yeah, buddy, old school. What? Anyway, so I had this idea that me and him would take the same raw footage and each make a different video, and we'd post them up at the same time and then see who got the most hits. It's just a little exercise and fun between two friendly people. And we did, and I won. We did it by likes. I believe, not views, but by likes. So that was cool. I mean, he's a much better videographer than me. In fact, he shot a couple of videos for us. He shot the K&K Hobbies um blast, not blast, but bash. He shot that entire video, which he did an amazing job at. I must be in the wrong side of the hole. I guess that's possible. um, so he shot that. He shot another video down at the local park at the last house I lived in before it burned down, and which is why I'm kind of in my current predicament. All right, so we got 2 bearings on this thing. Wait, no. We gotta have the smaller one, right? It's not that bad. Don't look at anything out of stock anyway. So then this guy's got to go on. Oh, I see. Yeah, that's smaller bearings for this guy. So, and he gets a pin. Oh, right. He's got a floating pin. Dun dun dun. Right, because they got tired of making screw-in ones. What? It's just that. Okay, so that's not going to work. How does this? Oh, no, the bearing's getting bigger. Yeah, okay. So it is the bigger bearing. This looks good. Cool. Okay. So we got that figured out. Very interesting design. Oh, yeah, so that's my unfortunate predicament at the moment. But what are you gonna do? Bitch about it? Bitch and whine. Sounds like a gear mesh is quite a bit out. I'm still just baffled by this whole thing. Really. Where's the open one? There it is. Okay. Stick that one there. Oh, which way? They can only go one way, stupid. Dee-dee-dee! I like cars. But I mean, honestly, how many people with Armas have actually taken their car out and realized to put one dip in backwards and it just tries to pull itself to pieces or push itself to pieces? Can't say I haven't done that once or twice. Right. Yeah. Tis what tis. Oh, I gotta clean this thing out too. Jeez. Shit in there. Bunch of garbage in the end too. I see. That's another problem with these. Like, if you look at like your basic Arma, like 6 or 8, which are pretty similar design, and you look at what parts you want to upgrade from plastic to metal, right? And the size that those parts are, and how much they support as far as structural strength, drivetrain strength, etc. And then you look at the size of the parts that you would have to replace on this to increase drivetrain strength. That's a big chunk of aluminum. And I know they don't make it in billet. So, like, that's another problem. You got to think about these things from an engineering standpoint. I mean, you can't just think you're going to put it out there in the world, it's going to be okay. You have weak points. You know where they are. You just expect them to be strong enough to work for the majority of people. But then bashing came along, and all the engineers got fired. I'm just kidding. It's not supposed to be there. All right, well, let's screw this back down and see how that works out. Brody, what's wrong, buddy? You good? You want to go outside? Huh? Outside? You got water? You got food? You're out of water, aren't you? Here you go, buddy. Yeah. You want to go outside? All right, come on. You're right back. right, so let's screw some of this stuff down and see what happens. So we get the screws right. No, other way. That seems to be working out. Why was that still up? It's just kind of scary. Okay, so it's like a button-head circus. All right. So this was just at this point attaching the axles. I am too, Mike. I am too. Honestly, because you can't be a complete technician unless you play with a little bit of this and a little bit of that. For instance, a lot of my career was spent in dealerships. 17 years with Nissan, in fact, and you're trained to the highest level of stuff. Technology is not even out yet. You know about stuff that like you have to sign waivers, and then you get out of the dealership life because it's corrupt and terrible, and all of them are. Don't even ask me if that's a question. It's the truth. There's a hierarchy in a dealership that rivals the North American frat boy. And you deal with it. If you're good, if you're talented, you can get through it. You can crank out some years and make a lot of money. But at the same time, when you get tired of that crap and you go to like a mom and pop shop or something like that, well, guess what? You have a lot to learn, buddy. Because everything you're working on is by every other manufacturer than the one you're trained on, and they're all 10 years old. Why did I just put Loctite on a screw going into plastic? Oh, because I thought it was an armor. Oh, it's just going to go on all night. I'm here all week, folks. Just only at certain times. All right. Come on, get in there. Get in there. I got you, little shit. There you go. And everybody's got an AR-15. All right. So there's 2 diffs in the hole. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to drive it, but I still think that's way too loose. That's definitely not to my standards, not the way I roll. But I do some pretty crazy stuff. Like, your engineering is flawed. I don't care how much you're getting paid to do it. It's not good enough. But when you've been an anti-establishment anarchist for all of your first 25 years, getting in line with any company that's going to give you a chance to learn engineering or do any engineering is not going to happen. You're going to be in dropout block. Which brings me to my next point. Don't think while drinking. Wait till you're done drinking, then have a thought. And for some reason, every time you think, your throat closes up. This is done? Yeah, it is. Yeah. All right. So probably got some big ass screws in there. No, not that one. Still using those shorties back here? Oh, yes, we are. Fun. Oh, yeah, that's right. The long bolts were for the bumpers when your ill handling throws you into a tree. All right, let me polish these up real quick. Scotch Brite action. one's actually not perfectly straight. This one's a little straighter, but not much. Always polish your shaft before you throw it into something. Words of wisdom. And there's a nice little block back here. These weird downward turns for some reason. What the hell is that? Is that from the front? Oh, no, right. Not this plate. On these plates. Which one's back? Which one's the front? What am I doing to the toe of the car right now? Hopefully, I'm doing it the right way. Let's see. Nope, they're identical. Doesn't make a damn bit of difference. All right, so we're gonna put this on too. Holder guy. Where did I put the there it is. Oh, that one guy don't want to go, does it? All right, well, can't help you with a bent pin situation, bro. At least the damping feels somewhat okay. I guess, well, we can't put that on because that's got to go over that other thing. I guess we can put the rear bumper on. Oh, wait, just go in the front of the back. Oh, no, that definitely goes over the back. All right, so that's got to go on, but I think the bumper's got to go on first. This thing's so bizarre. How about that? Oh, yeah. All right, here we go. So, big ass screw. Yeah. What's up, Nick? I'm live right now, buddy. Come on in. Everybody from the channel, here's Nick. What's going on, brother?
Not much.
You still want to go down to work and grab some stuff?
Well, I got those pads that I can put down that absorb the liquid too. If that's what you need that bottle for.
No. I need the bottle to be able to bleed your brakes because the bottle creates a one-way system where fluid can go in, but air can't come back out.
It's just a clutch line.
I'm aware of what it is,
sorry.
Nick. Okay. Look, I'm done with this car in like literally 2 screws because I can't finish it because it needs parts. So I will.
What's that you going on?
It's a freaking Traxxis that John brought me, dude. This thing is so reverse monkey bang engineered. It's not even funny, dude. It's like
looks like a pile of poop.
Comes apart like one too. Oh yeah, that screw's gotta come out now. Just screw it. Whatever. I'm done with this thing for one night. I gotta let my brain reset. Oh God. Mike says hi, by the way. Nick being cute. Yeah, no, so yeah, I gotta get with John, get that front bulkhead piece, whatever that's called, lower transmission carrier. I don't know. And obviously I gotta take that screw out and put a no, actually it's just a hole for the screw. That screw's gonna have to come out. Just gotta put screws in this to hold it down. But I imagine that's gonna be overlapping with the center tunnel thing and just and you need 2 hinge pins in the front because they were bent to shite. And that's about that. But yeah, I ain't got much else to say.
I got 1 inch of pain for you.
That's what she said to you. Sorry, bro. You opened the door. I had to walk through that one. Great. No, so we're actually gonna roll down to my shop to get my bleeder bottle because he's got and probably some line wrenches because he's got a clutch line on the Civic that needs to replace. The Civic
I'm gonna go get changed.
I built for him. Go get changed to come get me when you're ready. When you're ready, I will log off. Nick, ladies and gentlemen, formerly a no, I'm just kidding. He's a great dude. Honestly, one of the best friends you could ever have. Be surprised. In fact, he's helping pay for my MRI tomorrow because I have a $50 copay, and I haven't made money in a month, so I don't have it. I haven't sold my stocks off yet, but I'm getting to be that level. All right, so that thing's in. So that's their solid, awesome bumper. Oh, there's 2 screws in the top, right? Okay. Yeah, I forgot about those 2. One fell out. You really that long? That's gonna be tricky. All right. They are that one. So you need another one like that. Where is a big button? Not that big. May have put the wrong screw in the wrong hole, Captain. Yeah, I'm not seeing it anymore. Well, I guess it's getting a different kind of screw. I mean, I can't even tell if it was designed for a button head or a flush anyway, so. Well, that's interesting. No, don't turn no more. I'm guessing the gear ratio is a little bit off. What are you going to do with that too? Damn it. Right, Brody? Damn it. If anybody here is watching that has seen me on TikTok or seen any of the videos on YouTube lately, I got to tell you, honestly, it's been a hard road just to get the motivation to go out and rip again. Obviously, my content amount posted weekly has been down for a month. When your career gets stripped away from you in like an afternoon, and you don't know if you're ever going to be able to do what you do for a living that you've been doing for 30 years ever again, it's kind of depressing. So, you know, it's kind of hard to find motivation to go out or to build cars or work on cars and everything like that. But as I said previously, the final nail in the coffin of the whole getting my disability will be done tomorrow. I'm praying that they don't put me on pain management, because I will tell them I don't want to be on pain management. I don't want to take care of everyone. No, thank you. Done it before. Don't want it again. I don't want physical therapy. You need to get your RC on and bolt some cybernetic shit into my back and make me work better than anybody else. Hopefully that happens. Probably what's going to happen is they're going to recommend some dumb shit I don't want to deal with. But as long as the doctor fills out a note of why I can't walk and sends it into the insurance company, or I will actually send it myself, then, you know, at least I've got a fighting chance of getting disability. So I'm paying into it for a year now. So new job. Anyway, so yeah, I'm not sure when we're going to be back on this traxxis, because I'm going to text John when I get off of here and let him know what parts we need. And hopefully he will either have them on hand or he will bring them. And I can finish this job up and maybe even drive this turd and see what it's like. Probably pick that apart too, but you know, whatever. You know, I've been doing this for 4 decades almost. No, I have been doing this for 4 decades, except for that 13-year break in the middle when I was a pro racer and got out of it because of sponsorship bullshit and didn't want to do it anymore because it wasn't fun anymore. Just like this YouTube channel. When it becomes not fun, I'm not doing it. Just like filming videos. When it becomes not fun, I'm not doing it. Because anybody out there under 50, take it from me, life's too damn short to not have a good time. You got to be having a good time at all times. That's my number one rule. I'm not trying to philosophize to anybody. I'm just saying that I've been there. I've done that. I probably got the hat and the t-shirt. So you learn something in your 40s that all those stories that old people tell that you think are a joke are actually life lessons. And I can hear Nick coming. Hi, Nick.
Hi, Bob.
Where's your usual thing you do? No, the like, yeah, kind of like that, but like with a heart on. That's what he usually does. Anyway. All right, guys, I'm gonna roll out. I gotta ride with Nick down to my work because I have keys, and get a brake bleeder bottle and some line wrenches so I can assist him by sight only, because I can't stand there for more than 3 minutes. And replacing a clutch line on his 2000 Civic that I built with a B18B swap that's got probably 30 hours in the head. Stock cams though, and I think we ran 10-1 on CPs with Eagle rods, King bearings. We got a Vortec unit that's going to go on a centrifugal supercharger at some point. But that was the last motor I built. That was number 43. So if anybody else wants an engine built, please let me know. Plus, I've learned a hell of a lot in the last 10 years that I haven't been building motors. Well, Nick's was probably 3 years ago, but nonetheless, there was a big gap before that. Made a 1,000 horsepower 350Z. That was pretty cool. Twin turbo. Anyway, y'all know where to find me. I'm Logan G Gamble on Facebook. You can message me on Facebook Messenger. I'm on TikTok. Is Logan OOSI. And I'm not on Insta. And obviously, you know where the YouTube channel is, because otherwise, this would be a weird thing going on here. Anyway, love y'all. Thanks for checking it out. Thanks for hanging out with me. Mike, especially. Turbo root beer. I just finally figured out what that meant. That's badass, dude. That's like disco potato. If anybody catches that reference, text me about it, or message me on Facebook or whatever. I doubt anybody will get that reference, but anyway, it's there. But for now, au revoir, good night, Godspeed, keep bashing, keep kicking ass.